Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Abby, and we are going to be doing a gentle flow that gets all of our bodies. If you have a mat, you can go ahead and get it ready, or the carpet, wherever you're practicing, just making sure you have plenty of room around you to move. We'll meet in the middle of our practice area in an easy seat. If sitting in an easy seat is uncomfortable, you can always grab something like a block or a book about this size, stick it underneath your sits bones, give yourself a little bit of space between your hips and the ground. Beautiful. And then when you're all settled in, maybe you allow your eyes to come a little bit to a close. Maybe they stop when they're softened on the floor in front of you. Maybe they close the whole way. Hands can be on knees. Taking a moment to arrive into the space. Noticing any sounds that might be around you, outside of where you're practicing, or maybe in the room where you're practicing. Noticing the temperature of the air, maybe on the back of your hands, maybe on your cheeks, maybe on your forehead. Maybe inviting a gentle scan in through the top of your head, down through your toes, taking time to see if you're holding tension anywhere. And then sending the awareness to the breath. Noticing the temperature of the air as you breathe in through your nose. Noticing how the breath expands in the body. Noticing how each exhale compresses. Seeing if you can send that breath a little deeper down into the bottom of your lungs. And now taking a moment to count your inhale. See if you can make your exhale the same amount of time. And now see if with your next breath you can extend your exhale by 1 and then the next by 2, slowly making our exhales longer than our inhales. continue this pattern for the next 2 breaths. And allow your breathing to return to its normal pace. We're going to begin to come back into the space, allowing our eyes to flutter open a little. Or it's pretty early. If you want to keep your eyes closed for a little bit, you're welcome to do that and open them whenever you feel like you want to open them. But beginning with the head, we're going to walk the left hand out to the left hand side. Right hand comes on top of the head. Very gently, it's going to guide the right ear towards the right shoulder. You're not pressing, you're not pulling, it's just guiding. Exhaling a little deeper into it. Feeling that beautiful sensation. With the next inhale, we're going to rise back up towards the center. And then we're going to turn our head to a 45-degree angle and allow the head to drop towards the armpit. With the next inhale, come back up and roll your shoulders a little bit, walking them out. Inhaling forward and up, exhaling down and back. Two more at the pace of your own breath. Beautiful, and come back to stillness. Walk the right hand out to the right side, fingertips on the mat or on the carpet. Left hand comes on top of the head. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathing here. Inhale, rise up. Turn that head to a 45-degree angle again. Your next exhale, drop down. Inhaling back up. Coming back to center. This time we're going to reverse our shoulder roll. Inhaling back and up. Exhaling forward and down. Two more at the pace of your own breath. And settling back into stillness. Beautiful, you guys. Allow your legs to stretch out in front of you on the floor. Just letting them walk out a little bit. Getting them back into that movement. Maybe your feet are a little bit flexed. They don't have to be incredibly flexed. They don't have to be pointed, but you can play with it and see how it feels in your body. And then finding a kind of neutral place, we're going to inhale, rise up, and exhale, fall forward, allowing those knees to bend a little bit, making sure we're not locking them out. Noticing where the sensation is. We're hinging from the hips. We're still stretching tall through the top of the head. Inhale, rise up. We're going to draw one ankle close to our body. It can come in wherever it lands. If it needs to land on the calf, let it land on the calf. If it lands on the thigh, let it land on the thigh. And if it's not comfortable to just lay to the side, grab your block or a pillow, a book, and stick it underneath your right knee. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, rising up. Exhale, falling forward over our outstretched leg again. Noticing if the sensation changes when it's one leg. Noticing specifically with your left leg what it's needing. Does it need a generous bend today? Does it need a slight bend today? Whatever your body is needing, just remembering that long line through the top of the head. Inhale, rise up. Switching out the legs, stretch your right foot out in front of you. Bring the left foot up wherever it comes. We're just going to avoid putting it right on top of the knee joint. Pressing into the knee joint. We'll just have it go above or below. And when you're ready, inhaling, rising up. Exhale, fall forward. Noticing if the right leg is different from the left. What does your right leg mean? Allow your next inhale to draw you up. And release both legs out in front of you, leaning back into your hands. Just kind of walk them out one at a time, bending in towards you. Beautiful. And then place the feet about hips width apart or a little bit farther. We're going to windshield wiper them and just kind of rock out our hips. A little massage there in our sits bones. Beautiful. One last windshield wiper and then come back into stillness. Bringing your legs up, we're going to be making our way into our tabletop position so you can clear any props you might have brought on and find your way onto your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Beautiful. 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 From here, we're going to invite in a few cat-cows. Starting with our inhale, we're going to drop the back towards the floor, tipping the chin up to the ceiling. Inhaling and exhale, rounding through the back, allowing the head to drop. Inhale, dropping the back. Exhale, rounding. Move through 2 more of these at the pace of your own breath. And then I want to invite you to do one more, and I want you to just take a moment to see where the sensation feels the best and just stay there for a moment. Maybe for some of you it'll be with the back towards the floor, maybe stretching up. Maybe for some it's going to be pressing down through the hands and the shoulders, rounding through the back. Just take a minute wherever you are and breathe there. Maybe rock back and forth. And with your next exhale, come back to center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to find our neutral position again, pressing through our hands. And then we're going to begin to draw the right shoulder towards the right hip, making a kind of moon shape on the right side of the body. And then we're going to go towards the other side, left shoulder towards left hip. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right hip. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder, left hip. Beautifully, guys. Inhale back to center and push back, sending your hips towards your heels. Child's pose. Maybe you take a minute here to rock your forehead back and forth. Maybe you tense your hands, tensing on the fingertips, seeing how that changes the sensation. Breathing deeply. Checking in with the shoulders, kind of drop them away from the ears. The next inhale is going to guide us up, back into our tabletop position. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our right foot through our hands, coming into a 90-90 or a low lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, stretching the arms up, feeling that beautiful stretch. Exhale, twist towards your leg that's up. Beautiful. Opening up. Next inhale is going to bring us back towards center. Stretch up again. Exhale, plant the hands down by your foot, or maybe your hands come down to blocks on any setting. Walk your foot out a little bit in front for our half splits. Beautiful. If you're using blocks or books, finding the position that your body needs to be in today. Thinking about that long line from the hips all the way up through the top of the head, breathing here. Seeing about dropping the shoulder away from the ears. And seeing if your body just needs more space too between the leg and the torso. One more breath here. Exhale, bring that foot back a little bit more towards you, stacking the ankle underneath the knee again. And then with the use of your blocks or not, we're going to tuck the back toes under our left foot and use them to push us up into our first forward fold. While you're here, maybe you grab elbows. Just allowing the head to hang. Maybe you shake your head yes. You shake it no. Generous bend in the knees. Everything from the feet into the hips is strong and grounded and rooted. Everything from the hips to the head is falling forward and releasing. Breathing here. Beautiful, you got it. Inhale, rising up halfway. Hands can come to shins or to blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Arms reaching up to the sky. Inhaling even more deeply. Exhale, release. Arms can come down to the sides. Beautiful. We're going to work towards a little bit of balance. But first we're gonna, if you have socks, you might want to remove them. We're going to do strength and then balance. Coming into the center of your mat. We're going to begin with our strength. Beautiful, raising the arms up and overhead. Inhale, exhale, bringing the hands towards the chest while you begin to squat. Beautiful. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up. Exhaling into chair pose. This time arms can be to the front. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Arms come up. This time we're going to exhale, hands to the center of the chest again. Squatting down. Beautiful. We're going to stay here for a minute and breathe. And if you want to include a twist, you can bring your right arm to the left knee and think about bringing those hands into the center of the chest. You can open up, right hand on the floor, left hand stretching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the twist. Inhale, rise up. Arms all the way up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Exhale, regular chair pose, arms out. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest again, and this time option to twist to the other side. Left elbow comes to right knee. Thinking about bringing those hands to the center of the chest, or maybe you open. One more breath here. Exhaling back to center, hands to chest. Inhale all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Exhale, release the arms down. Shake it out. Shake your feet out. Beautiful. We're coming into our balancing. We're going to start with the left foot. So we're going to play with picking up our right foot. If you want to, you can come close to the wall or something to hold on to. We're going to play with tree pose. Maybe today tree pose looks like lifting your heel off the ground. Maybe you come to your ankle. Maybe you come to calf. Maybe you come up to your thigh. Hands can be stretched out to the side, holding on to something. Hands can be in center. Wherever your balancing is today. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Go ahead and walk out your feet. We're going to go to the other side. Finding that strong grounding through the right foot. We're going to play with picking up our left. Maybe you play with lifting the heel off the ground today. Maybe the foot comes to the calf, maybe to the thigh. Maybe this side means something different than the other side. Wherever we are on the leg, just avoiding putting pressure on the knee joints. Hands can be in center or stretched out. Beautiful, everyone. And exhale, release. Go ahead and walk out those legs. Beautiful. Take a minute, grab a sip of water if you need. We're going to come back to the top of our mats. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a standing position, mountain pose. Breathing here. Grounded, rooted through the ground. Stretching up through the top of the head. Inhale, stretch those arms above. Exhale, forward fold. Just allowing that generous bend in the legs again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Allow the hands to plant on the ground or on blocks. We're going to step the right foot back this time, coming into our 90-90 with the left leg up. Beautiful. Just taking time to make sure that the knee is stacked over the ankle. Stretching up through the top of your head. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, twist to the left towards that bent knee. Our next inhale is going to bring us back towards center. Raising the arms over the head. And exhale, release. Plant the hands on both sides of the foot. Walk the foot out in front of you for half splits. Hands can come to blocks or books again. We're hinging forward from the hips. We're stretching long. Checking in with those shoulders. Are they dropping away from the ears? Forward foot is in neutral. It doesn't mean to be flexed or pointed. Breathing here. And foot back to that 90-90 position. You can move your blocks to the side. And then we're going to bring that right knee back behind us. And when you're ready, coming into child's pose. Wide legs to get more into the hips. Close knees to get more into your back. Whichever position you're in, just making sure that those toes are touching behind you, the big toes. And then while you're here, maybe just taking a moment to play a little game of stretching one hand a little bit farther than the other. First the right, then the left. Inching it forward on the mat, and then switching. One more breath here. Beautiful. Coming back up to tabletop, we're going to start to make our way onto our backs. You can come down however you would like to. You can slowly walk your hands back and rest on your elbows, walking yourself down. You can grab your knees and roll a couple times, just giving that back a little massage, however you'd like. And then settling into stillness on the floor. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the feet up so that they're on the mat. Your knees are bent, and then we're going to bring the left ankle to cross over, the right ankle to cross over the left knee. Beautiful. And you can stay right here. This is a beautiful place to be, pressing on the thigh, or if your body's asking for it, you can reach through and grab your left thigh and draw it in a little bit closer to your torso. With our next exhale, you have the option to untwist the legs and hug your knees to your chest, or you can allow that right knee to slide down close to that left knee so that they're twisted. Beautiful. And then wherever you are, dropping both of those knees to the left side. Right arm extends out beside you, shoulders are still on the mat, and maybe gaze follows the right hand. Inhaling back up to center. If the knees are twisted, unravel them. Hug those knees into your chest. Walk out your hips a bit. Beautiful. This time allow the right foot to fall to the ground. Bend, and allow your left ankle to cross over it. Seeing what your body needs on this side. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you pull that thigh closer to your torso. While you're here, thinking about breathing and seeing if you can drop the shoulders a little bit more away from the ears. begin to unwind the legs, coming back to center, or allow that left leg to slide down so that the knees are close together. Hug in towards the chest. Beautiful. And then we're going to allow both knees to drop to the right, stretching that left arm out to the side. Shoulders are on the mat. Gaze follows the left hand. Inhaling back through center. Hug those knees into your chest again. Maybe walk out the hips, rocking back and forth. Breathing, relaxing shoulders. And then when you settle into stillness, we're going to bring our hands either to the feet, the outside of the feet, or to the calves, allowing the legs to widen out into happy baby. Finding your variation today. And maybe just take a minute and rock it out. Or maybe your happy baby is still today. Finding what your body needs. One more breath here. And allow the feet to come back together, coming down towards the mat. Go ahead and walk your feet out so that they're long, stretching out. Take a minute for a big good morning stretch. Stretching as far as you can through fingers and toes. Beautiful. We're moving into our Shavasana. So take any last movements that you need. Maybe you walk your hands and your feet to the right side of the mat for a moon shape. And then the other. Finding any last movement you need before settling in for your Shavasana. And you can take a minute to set up for your most comfortable Shavasana. Maybe you get a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees and a blanket, whatever you need. Before settling into stillness. We're going to have a 4-minute Shavasana. I'll be here to guide you out at the end. While you're settling in, thinking about inviting in relaxation from the top of your head down through your toes. Seeing if you can relax everything starting at the top of the head, going down through the forehead, through the eyebrows, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, the ears, the back of the head, down through the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the arms, down through the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the fingertips, down the torso, back and front, down through the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the heels, the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot, and the toes. Allowing everything to relax and melt into the floor. You're welcome to stay here in this place for as long as you'd like. But if the rest of the day is calling you, maybe you allow movement to start to come back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you start to windshield wipe your feet back and forth. And when you're ready, maybe you roll onto one side or the other before slowly pressing up into a seat. Thank you for taking this time today for your mind, body, and soul. I look forward to seeing you next time.